On a Tuesday evening in 1984, a man walked out of his office, kissed his wife goodbye, and drove into the night. He was the most famous writer in his land, a high-ranking official who knew too much. Just 24 hours earlier, his final book had hit the shelves. It wasn't just a story, it was a confession. By the next morning, his car was found abandoned on a deserted highway. No blood, no struggle, and no writer. He had vanished, but the book he left behind. That was a ticking time bomb. This is the story of the manuscript that cost a man his life. The story takes place in a city of Art Deco buildings and palm-lined streets, a place that feels like a dream but acts like a nightmare. It's the height of a Cold War revolution. Our protagonist is Tsege, a propaganda chief who is a master of the official truth. His job is to make a brutal war look like a glorious crusade. But Tsege is a man with a divided soul. He is sent to the front lines to cover a massive military operation, a campaign meant to be the final victory. But as he walks through the bars and coffee houses buzzing with secret agents, he begins to see the cracks in the regime's armor. Tsege leaves behind a life of safety and a faithful fiancée to chase a ghost in the northern mountains. There he meets Fiametta, a woman as beautiful and mysterious as the city itself. She represents everything he is supposed to hate, yet he falls into a love that is forbidden by law. As the war ramps up, Tsege finds himself trapped. He discovers that the generals he serves are trading lives for medals. He sees the Mountain of Blood, a strategic hill that costs thousands of lives just to satisfy a leader's ego. He realizes the revolution is being hollowed out by the very people supposed to protect it. The title of his book is a code. In the story, it represents the end of a mission, but in the real world, it means something much darker. It is finished. Tsege decides to do the unthinkable. He writes a novel where the characters are his real-life bosses. He exposes their cowardice, their affairs, and their hidden agendas. He writes with a documentary precision, knowing that every word is a nail in his own coffin. He writes as if he is already a dead man. When the book was released, it wasn't just a bestseller, it was a scandal. The government attempted to burn every copy, but it was too late. The words were out. Tsege and the author who created him had broken the greatest rule of the regime. They told the truth. Shortly after, the author was fired, followed, and eventually silenced. Some say he was taken to a secret prison. Others believe his car was a setup. But he knew this was coming. In his own words, he said, "I exist through my writing. Beyond that, I have no other desire." This isn't a movie plot. This is the tragic true history of the book Oromay and its author, Bilu Girma. He remains a symbol of literary courage. If you want to know the names of the real people he exposed or find out where you can read this legendary manuscript,